Welcome to Live the Mod Life, where we celebrate women and cool men too who are breaking free from the status quo and living life on their own terms. Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer Abernathy, and together we're going to explore stories of transformation, resilience, and empowerment. Plus, each month, I'm going to bring you Get Ready for Mod News. This is insights and trends to inspire your life's journey. So let's rise above the expectations, unlock our true potential together, and remember, it's not midlife, it's mod life. And if you're not living your mod life yet, you will be on your way after listening to this episode. Let's go. Imagine a world where midlife isn't just a milestone, but a gateway to infinite possibilities. Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer Abernathy, host of Live the Mod Life, and I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm excited to finally start this podcast. I wanted to start this podcast because I really wanted to redefine what it means to live a vibrant, purpose-driven life after midlife. Now, midlife, a lot of people think midlife is 49, 50, and I did too. But after doing research, midlife is actually 39 in the United States. So if you're 39, 49, 59, 99, we want you here. But it's really the person at midlife and beyond that I want to inspire and also talk to with this podcast. We're going to dive into stories of women and cool men too, who are really shattering stereotypes of what it means to live past 50 and what they're doing. I mean, a lot of them are just getting started doing new and amazing and different things. They're courageous, they're taking chances, they're living life with vitality and infinite possibility. And that's also the mission here at Mod Life, is to teach people and inspire people how to live life with knowing that you have infinite possibilities for the way your life's going to go, whether it's for the week ahead or for 10 years ahead. And I will be inspiring you, hopefully, to do that along with our amazing guests. I just really felt compelled to do this because back in 2018, after my divorce, I was looking around realizing all I did was work. I run a social media agency. We're in our 14th year. It's called Socially Delivered. It's a social media marketing agency. And I love it, and it's still a lot of fun, but I also have my personal self, and my personal self loves fashion. I love organic skincare. I love travel. I love architecture. I love, learning French. I'm a Francophile. I love croissants. I mean, just, I have so many different interests, and I love traveling and learning and all that great stuff. And I love so many different types of music. And I thought there has to be other women out there too that are just like me. And I think I got a lot of this actually from my parents, because my dad's 91 now, my mom's 89, and I never heard either parent say, "Oh my gosh, I'm getting old," or "Oh, my body hurts," or "I'm so tired," even though it may have, but they never said it. And they always, particularly my mom, always just tried to stay up with at least a little bit of pop culture events and stayed open to it, and just always had that fresh outlook. And that's where I come from. I mean, I don't think about aging. I just know that, yes, time's starting to, the window is starting to narrow a little bit, and I want to get a lot of things done. And I also just want to keep growing and learning. And I want to have friends with people in all different age groups. And that is part of living the mod life. In fact, I'm putting together the mod life method and formula, which I will bring to you. But with that said, this podcast is a way to reach more people and tell you about mod life, because I started this in 2018 as a coffee get together at a French coffee shop where 78 women signed up on Thanksgiving weekend, 2018. Then we got through COVID, and then we went online, and the Washington group where I'm living now, Washington, D.C. group, right now we have over 1,000 people in the group. But we also have a West Coast group, San Francisco, Silicon Valley, where there's, oh gosh, I don't know, 600, 700, 800. Overall, we have about 6,000 people on our list. And I was really just doing this as a hobby. And I decided 2025 is the year that Mod Life is going out there, because people love it. They seem to love it. And I love it. And this is something I want to keep doing, in my 60s, 70s, 80s, and hopefully beyond. And so Welcome, welcome, welcome. A little bit about myself. My background is I'm a career advertising sales marketing person. I worked for the Washington Post for 14 years. I got into .com sales after that. And after that, I started my own business. I went the entrepreneurial route in late 2007. As you may or may not know, that was the time that the recession was hitting. And to grow my business, which was called the Sales Lounge, I had to turn to this thing called, or I decided to turn to this thing called social media, and it was called Facebook. And there were no books out on the topic of Facebook, and no one that I knew was on it, but I knew within 48 hours, this is where everything was going. To hear more about my story, because I don't want to go on and on here, you can go over to our YouTube channel and look for Live the Mod Life. And the very first episode, I tell you my whole story. Okay. But long story short, I should say, I got discovered on Facebook and I got signed with a literary agent out in New York. And I went with Penguin Random House, and I have 2 books with Penguin Random House, which I'm still very proud of. Even though they're way back when, 2009 and 2012, and not my last books, by the way. But I wrote The Complete Idiot's Guide to Social Media Marketing, and those books stayed on the Barnes and Noble shelves for over 5 years. They did extremely well, and they took me onto the national stage. And so that was back again, 2009 to 2012. And I launched my agency and just did speaking and guest appearances and all that for the past, 10 years, 11 years. And it's been a lot of fun, but I really want to tap into this thing, which I call mod life, because I feel I'm living the mod life. And like I said, I love fashion. I love all things France. I love pop culture. I love architecture, design, Palm Springs. I mean, you name it. And so I've been introducing this to women locally here in Washington, D.C., and on the West Coast, and nationally on my web events that I haven't really published too much. And we decided in 2005, my team and I, who work with me on Socially Delivered, that we were going to take this as a business and just really go for it. So that's why I'm here. And so welcome, welcome. And I hope that you really enjoy this channel. I'd love to hear your comments on guests. If you know of someone who you feel is living the mod life, someone who is really, maybe they've reinvented themselves after 50. Maybe they're doing something super, super interesting that the world needs to know about. Maybe you have a mother-in-law that is 85 and is just, doing incredible things, doing yoga every day and drinking her matcha and meditating. I would love to have that person on Mod Life. Not just limited to women. We are going to have some men guests as well. And be sure to go to our website at www.mod.life. There's no .com at the end, just mod.life. And I share that to say, when I created that handle, I said, I want this to be all about life. Yes, we're going to have some business segments to the channel and also to our business, but it's really about life, because I was just working all the time and I said, you know what, I want a full life. And so I'm going to share with you and introduce you to people who are living with possibility thinking, as am I. People who are getting the most out of life as possible. People who have had bumps in the roads. Let's face it, we all have had bumps in the roads, but how they're overcoming it with resilience. How people are just coping in general with today's modern life and how stressful it is, and just, all the things that are happening in the world. How are we coping? What are the best skills? This is going to be your modern guide to living in 2025 and beyond. As I mentioned, I'm also a futurist, so I'm going to be able to bring you what trends are coming, what things we need to be looking out for, where we need to make sure that we have our eyes and ears on with regards to AI and everything else, and technology, and where things are happening. So I will bring that to you on this channel. So welcome, welcome, and I hope that you will subscribe to the channel, and I'd love to get your feedback and know where you're listening from. And again, if you know of a guest that you'd love to see on here, please send them my way, Jennifer@mod.life. Please join our community at mod.life. and it's complimentary, and you can get our newsletter or our mod letter, I like to say, and stay in the know. So looking forward to seeing you, and you will love our first episode where you are going to meet someone who completely reinvented their life after the age of 60. I mean, we're talking a 100% turnaround. Well, there you go. There you have it. That's a bit about me and about our mission here at Live the Mod Life podcast, where we are going to explore the endless possibilities of our modern midlife. If this sparked something within you, please don't stop here. Step on over to our Mod.life community at www.mod.life, and you are going to get exposed to all kinds of infinite possibilities. So remember, I leave you with peace, love, and all things mod. I can't wait to bring you this first season. Let's go.